Hello everybody, how are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano and this is another episode of the world famous, the University of Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. And we are here to discuss things that you can do to stand out online, market yourself, promote yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't promote yourself, nobody else will, okay? So, you have to be more self-promoting. Self-promoting does not mean bragging on yourself. Self-promoting does not mean look at me, look at me, look at me. But, ladies and gentlemen, you do have to promote yourself because it's sort of like a dog in the woods. If you bark, will anybody hear you? So, you have to let people know, hey, I do this, I do that, blah, 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 blah. You know, so this show will help you. This show will, guide you into the marketing, online marketing space, this, that, and the other. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about pricing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't be the cheapest, price, then there's no need to be in the middle. Charge as much as you can. And now, when I say charge as much as you can, ladies and gentlemen, I don't mean sell people a bunch of bull. Give them a product that you think is fair, and then charge them what you can. Don't go around thinking, I can't charge. I should give everything away for free. Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, you ain't running a charity case. You're running a business, and you want to make money. And so be it. The reason why I bring this up is today I had a conversation with my wife. My wife is in the process of selling her business, selling her store that she has been running for the last 6-7 years. She wants to stay home. She wants to take a little break and spend time with our baby. And so she was having a conversation with the people that are buying the store from her today, and they have a party, and it's a special kind of party, and it's going to be like 100 people. And my wife said that they was basically lowballing the offer, and my wife said you should try to make at least, she was saying 100 people. She was saying, telling the person they should try to make at least $5,000 to $6,000 off the party, And I said, yeah, because why lowball when you don't have to? And she said, exactly. She said, because the labor that they put in and the food, the products that they had to buy is going to be costly enough, So why not make a profit? She said, why do you want to host a big party and you're going to lose money? I said, that's very true. And it got me to thinking about prices. And ladies and gentlemen, I read a book about Sam Walton. It's one of the better books. It's an autobiography with him, basically. He does he reads the book, really. And it's a very good book. And he talks about how he became the lowest price person, And like Walmart can do that. But if you're not going to be the lowest price person, then try to charge as much as you can, And it's sort of like you read about salt. You read about this guy on the Salt Bay, and the Salt Bay guy, people complain because he charges an arm and a leg for his restaurants, but he has a popularity, and if you can charge, of course people say the restaurant's not that good, but people go for the experience, they don't necessarily go to see if the food's good. I guess they go to see him chop meat or whatever, which it's strange to me, probably strange to you, but ladies and gentlemen, this guy, he's making money, you know what I mean? And if you can charge, if you have a name, if you are, and this is why I just, in the intro, normally I don't say that, but in the intro, we talk about marketing. The more you can market yourself, who knows if you're the best at anything, but these days, if you market yourself, you know what I mean? Like, you can make a profit, and that's what you want. You don't necessarily have to be the greatest I listened to this lady one time. Her name is Susan Berkeley. She's a voiceover coach, and at one point in my life, I was thinking about becoming a voiceover person. And she said it's not about the. She said everybody has a nice voice, blah 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 blah. You know, she said it's about how you market yourself, how do you present yourself. You know, and I thought that's very true. And the older I get, and the more I notice, you know, it's not who's the greatest. You know, it's sort of like who markets themselves the best. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the better you market yourself, the more you can put a price on it. You know, it's and of course, as you well know, we're not saying, I'm not telling anybody to be a con artist, you know, but you can market yourself in such a way. It's like I used to watch these hip hop documentaries, you know, and you'll see the same guys on there, and I'm like, these guys are always doing these documentaries, you know. I'm thinking that's fascinating, but they have marketed themselves as hip hop historians, you know. And you see other people on TV like historians, and then they get dragged into all these documentaries, and it's like, that is very fascinating, you know. But they build up a resume, and they're like, hey, I've been on this show, I've been on that show, I've been on this, that, and the other, you know. And they market themselves, and the better off you market yourself, the more you can put a price tag on it, you know. And it's not about greed. It's about getting what you think you are worth. And as you well know, ladies and gentlemen, when you work a job, this is the reason why we all want to be entrepreneurs. This is the reason why, because no job is going to pay, unless you're the CEO of Coke. And if you are the CEO of Coke, you ain't listening to this podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the rest of us that are not going to be CEOs of Coke, they're not going to make $15 million. The rest of us, we're better off trying to, you know, full-time, part-time, I don't care. I don't care what you do. But you are definitely better off trying to earn a wage that you can earn on your own. You know what I mean? And so, because no job is going to pay you what you think you're worth. You know, I think I'm worth $100 million a year. Truck driving ain't paying me no $100 million a year. You know, barely gonna make $100,000. You know, I ain't even gonna make $100,000. Let's be honest. You know, and so it is what it is. So I'm in a different space. I'm an entrepreneur, you know, going into the copywriting, the podcasting, the entrepreneurial world, you know, marketing myself as a, you know, now I can say, hey, you know, I've done all these podcasts. I can say, hey, I'm a podcast expert. If you want to take a class on podcasting, I probably could charge somebody some money, because I have gotten downloads, you know. I've been consistent on getting downloads from, you know, for the last year, you know. But yeah, so once you learn how to market yourself, try to get, if you can't be the lowest price person, get the most money you can. You know what I mean? Get the maximum you think. You know, the maximum you think that your stuff. Now you're not gonna charge. Of course, you're not gonna charge. You know, let's say you have a course. It's a short course. You're not gonna charge people $20,000 for a 3-hour course. I mean, you know, there's common sense involved with the pricing. You know, there's all kinds of ways to figure it out. You know, and you learn as you go along about pricing and this, that, and the other. But ladies and gentlemen, try to get the most money you can. Try to get. Don't be the second lowest. Don't be the second lowest price person in the world. You know, if you can't be the first, then charge what you can. You know, charge a fair amount. You know, just like a coaching group. If you have a small coaching, some people charge like $30,000 coach. You know, $20,000 a month. You know, like $10,000 a month. You know, for them to be a coach. You know, let's say you want to be in a coaching space. And in the beginning, of course, you're not going to charge as much because you have to get yourself out there. But let's say you have a student and they have a lot of success. Then you can say, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah. I coach this person, that person. And then you can start. That's when you start saying, hey, you know, look at me. It's like, I give you an example of that. The guy that trained Michael Jordan, his name was Tim Grover. He started training Michael Jordan. and Michael Jordan started getting good results, and he started winning championships. And so, how can you spend that? You go, hey, I'm Tim Grover. I trained NBA champion Michael Jordan. And now you might not charge Michael Jordan as much, but the next person, you're gonna make a lot of money. You know, because in the beginning, you can't say, hey, I'm Tim Grover, blah blah blah. You know, you go, hey, I'll charge you. You know, but then once you train Michael Jordan, the next NBA player comes along, you say, hey, I need this, that, and the other. You know, you get 5 times the money, 10 times the money. You say, hey, you see Mike, you see the results, okay, let's go. And so you that's how it works, you know. And the more you position yourself, and now this guy probably could charge, he probably could charge $2-3 million a year, you know, for say, hey, I'll work with you privately. Hey, I'm gonna need $1 million, $2 million, something like that, you know. And if he wants, he can. And if he wants, at this point, he don't have to work with a whole bunch of people. You know, he can just work with one client and still be rich. You know, still make an income. And so that's how it goes. You know, the more you figure out pricing, the better off you will be. And of course, I say don't. You know, there's a couple things you can give away for free, but I wouldn't give a whole lot of free stuff away. I would charge from the word go. Because the more you charge people, the more they understand that, hey, this is a business, you know. And also, if you charge, let's say you have an ebook, you charge like $10 for the ebook. $10, you know, I'm not gonna waste my money. I'm gonna read it. If I pay $10 for an ebook, I'll read it, you know. But if you give away an ebook for free, a lot of people, they ain't gonna read it. You know what I mean? And so you want people to read your stuff because you want people to come back. You want people to tell other people, hey, I read this book. It's great. It's good. I paid $10, but it's worth $10. It's worth $100 in value, but he only charges 10. Yada yada yada. You know. And then the reason why I say $10 for an ebook, you don't have to send it out anywhere. You don't have to do anything with it. You know, it's fairly simple. But so, you know, get as much as you can, make as much money as you can. You know, position yourself, learn how to market yourself. We will go over more marketing stuff in the future, because if you're not marketing yourself, then you're not doing it right. You know what I mean? And so that's that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with the all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We are here Monday through Friday, every day. Sometimes this podcast drops early in the morning. Sometimes it drops late at night. But it comes out. You know what I mean? We will be more consistent about that. But in the meantime and in between time, go through the archives. Listen, we have 400 some episodes. You can tell your friends they can start from day one if they want. Binge listen. That's the word. And we'll be back tomorrow with all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Thank you for listening. And as always, everybody, peace.